Bursa Mercury Securities has publicly reprimanded Dataprep Holdings and 5 of its directors for breaching main market listing requirements. The 5 directors were fined a total of 500,000 ringgit. In a statement, Bursa said the company had committed the breach in its announcement dated March 2, 2021, in response to an unusual market activity or UMA query the day before. The UMA response had stated, among others, that Dataprep was not aware of any corporate developments relating to the group's business and affairs, including those in the stage of negotiation or discussion that had not been previously announced that might account for the said unusual market activity. Bursa said the response was not factual, inaccurate and did not share crucial information to investors, as Dataprep had failed to disclose and in fact denied knowledge of talks about the proposed acquisitions of certain companies to provide COVID-19 screening technology to the Health Ministry, even though the board had tentatively approved them prior to the UMA query. It said all the 5 directors of Dataprep were fined for permitting the company to commit the breach. Kuala Lumpur Kepong or KLK acquired an additional 1.34 million Boustead Plantation shares from the open market yesterday. According to a Bursa Malaysia filing today, the additional shares, transacted at RM1.45 a piece, amounted to 1.94 million ringgit. Coincidentally or not, the shares were acquired after Defence Minister Datuk Sri Mohamad Hassan last week defended a proposed move by the Armed Forces Fund Board to offload a 33% stake in the plantation company to KLK for 1.15 billion ringgit. A check on local bourse filings revealed that KLK had put a halt in acquiring more Boustead Plantation's shares for a week. The latest acquisition prior to this was on September 7th. At the closing bell, KLK shares settled 0.2% higher at 21 ringgit 52 sen, giving the company a market value of 23.26 billion ringgit. Meanwhile, Boustead Plantation shares rose 1.4% to 1 ringgit 48 sen, valuing the plantation company at 3.32 billion ringgit. Mercury Securities Group closed at 30 cents a share on its maiden day of trading on the ACE market today for a 20% premium over its initial public offering price of 25 cents. The stock recorded a trading volume of 219.99 million shares and was the third most active counter on Bursa Malaysia. Mercury is the first local stockbroker to float its shares in 2 decades. Speaking to the press after the listing ceremony, its MD Chiu Sing Guan emphasized the importance of digitalization for the stockbroking industry and said the company will continue with the digitalization integration of its business as it adapts and evolves with the changing technological landscape. The group also plans to add more offerings to its trading platform, such as robo-advisors and algorithmic trading software. On top of that, it will look to introduce its product offerings and services beyond Malaysian shores. MyEG Services said it is still finalising terms of an immigration-related services concession with Putrajaya, as it confirmed it had stopped accepting applications from customers on its portal. The group said it stopped accepting applications temporarily since September 15th. The halt will be effective until further notice to allow the finalisation of the terms of the concession with the government. It did not elaborate on the reason it had continued to accept the applications from customers between late May and early September. The filing also did not touch on the Home Ministry's statement on the procedure for applicants to reclaim funds or complete the applications successfully at the Immigration Department. Deputy Minister of Home Affairs Datuk Shamsul Anwar Nasara had said employers whose applications are stuck at MyEG will need to proceed to the Immigration Department to resolve these issues. The Lenggong MP did not elaborate on the status of MyEG's contract and the reason why its portal had remained accessible for payment. MyEG shares fell 0.62% to 80.5 cents, valuing it at 6.02 billion ringgit. For former Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin will be seeking to have his 3 money laundering charges struck out. His lawyer Datuk Hisham Tepotek informed Sessions Court Judge Azra Alwi that Muhyiddin will be filing an application to set aside the charges and also for his bail conditions and to seek the return of his passport. The judge then fixed November 29th for further mention. Last month, High Court Judge Datuk Muhammad Jamil Hussain granted Muhyiddin's application to strike out the 4 abuse of power charges totaling 232.5 million ringgit and acquitted him. Former Attorney General Tan Sri Idrus Harun, who recently retired, revealed in a statement that his chambers had already filed the notice of appeal against the court decision. He also maintained that the money laundering charges against the Pagoh MP still stand, and the matter will be mentioned on September 19th. This means the Court of Appeal will review the High Court's decision.